Good morning, chestnuts. Here is our maths learning for today, and we're going to be focusing on dividing by 2. What's really important when we divide by 2 is that we're confident with our 2 times tables, because multiplication and division come hand in hand. So what you might want to do now is pause this video and on a piece of paper write down the answers to the following calculations. We've got 5 times 2, 9 times 2, 2 times 11 and 2 times 8. Then for question 2, it asks you to circle the multiples of 2. Remember, multiples are numbers that appear in the times tables. So you're looking for any number that appears in the 2 times table. We've got 24, 6, 5, 15, 10, 4 and 20. And for question 3, it says here is an array. How many groups of 2 are there? So if you pause it now and have a go answering these questions, and then I'll reveal the answers on the next slide. Hopefully you'll have got 5 times 2 is 10, 9 times 2 is 18, 2 times 11 is 22, 2 times 8 is 16. You will have circled the multiples of 2 as 24, 6, 10 and 20. And hopefully you'll have thought about the fact that the other numbers are not multiples of 2 because they are all odd. And for 3, there were 5 groups of 2. We had 10 counters in total, and if we divide 10 by 2, we get 5. So we're answering the question, can I divide by 2 today? And to be successful in doing this, we need to know our 2 times tables, we need to use that knowledge to help us, and we need to know that dividing is the same as sharing. So the first thing we're going to look at this morning is this here, and it says the children are playing a game and they need to get into 2 equal teams. How many will be in each team? We've got 8 children in total here, and we're going to split them equally between 2 groups. You might be having a think whilst I'm doing this as to what the answer is going to be. So we've shared 8 equally between 2, and we've got 4 children in each group. I wonder what the division calculation would look like for this. So we've had 8 and we shared 8 between 2, and that gave us 4. So the division calculation, and you can pause this if you'd like to and write it down yourself, would be that 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Let's have a look at the next slide. So what we want to think about is, if we know that 8 divided by 4 is 2, then what do we times 2 by to get 8? So we know that 8 divided by 4 is 2. Therefore 2 times by 4 equals 8. 2 lots of 4 equal 8. Okay, so this is showing you that division and multiplication come hand in hand. Let's have a look at this. So we've got the same 8 children here, and they've been told to get into 2s. How many pairs will there be? So we now need to group the children into pairs. Hopefully what you'll have noticed is we've got 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs and 4 pairs. And again, what would the division calculation look like? We know that we've shared 8 between 4 and got 2, which means 8 divided by 4 equals 2. And if we think about what we did a moment ago, then we know that we've got 8 and 8. Oh, that's the wrong way round here. Sorry, chestnuts. That 8 divided by 4 equals 2. Then we must have 4 times by what equals 8? 4 lots of 2 equal 8. So 4 times 2 equals 8. Let's have a go with some flowers. We've got 12 flowers here, and the flowers are shared equally between 2 pots. How many flowers are going to be in each pot? So again, let's share them out. And you could be having a think whilst I'm doing this what the answer is going to be. This one first. Here we go. So we've shared 12 flowers equally between 2 pots, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flowers in each pot. So what would the division calculation look like? We've shared 12 between 2 and we've got 6. Therefore 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Let's have a go at this one. So we've still got the same 12 flowers, but now we are grouping them into pots of 2. I wonder, thinking back to what we did on the last slide, what the answer is going to be. So I've put 2 flowers in every pot, and there are 6 pots in total. So again, what would the division calculation look like? We've got 12 and we're sharing it between 6, which gives us 2, which means that 12 divided by 6 equals 2. What about if we had 13 flowers? What would happen now? Because we know we can't share 13 out equally because it is not an even number. We must know that from what we did earlier, we knew that 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So therefore, 13 divided by 2 is 6, but there's 1 left over. We can't share 13 flowers out equally between 2 pots. Now we can also use a number line to help us with our 2 times tables. And we can see how many jumps we need to do. So here we've got the calculation 12 divided by 2. So I'm going to start at 12 and I'm going to do jumps of 2 and we'll see how many jumps we've done in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means 12 divided by 2 is 6. If you want to, you could pause it and have a go at the next one. We've got 16 divided by 2. So again, I'm going to start at 16 and jump in 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means 16 divided by 2 equals 8. The last thing we're going to look at this morning is this here, and we're just going to fill in some of the missing numbers. Again, you could pause it and have a go at doing it yourself before I reveal the answers. It says, there are how many shoes altogether? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We put 2 in each box. Okay, and there are 3 groups, which means what division calculation could we do? We've got 6 and we've divided them by 2, giving us 3. If we were doing a multiplication, we would therefore, we've got 3 groups, so 3 groups of 2, and we've got 6 in total. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6. Let's have a go at the flip-flops. There are how many flip-flops in total? We can count up in 2s here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Each pair has 2 flip-flops. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of flip-flops. So we can do, we've got 12, and we've divided it into 2s. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So our multiplication would be, we've got 6 groups of 2, 6 times 2, and we've got 12 in total. Okay, so hopefully you've noticed in this lesson today how closely linked multiplication and division are. So you're now going to go on to Dojo to complete your questions, and I look forward to seeing how you do. See you later, chestnuts. Bye.